you to think about your relationship with content for a second. Not what you post, your relationship with posting. The feeling you have when you open Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, or whatever platform you're supposedly active on, is it energizing? Is it neutral? Or is it a low level dread? A thing that should be happening more than it is, a thing you're slightly behind on, a thing you feel vaguely guilty about every time that you see someone else seemingly doing it effortlessly. If it's the latter, and for most early stage founders it is, I want to suggest that the problem is not you. It's the system, or more precisely, the absence of one, or the presence of one that was too complicated to survive contact with actual life. Because here's what I see happening constantly. Someone decides they need to be on every platform. They set up accounts on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, and a Facebook business page just in case. They build a content calendar with color coding. They research optimal posting times. They download a scheduling app. They feel very organized for about 11 days. And then real life happens, a client project, a school thing, a bad week, and the whole system collapses. And now they're back to posting sporadically and feeling guilty about it. Except now they're also feeling guilty about 5 platforms instead of just one. That is not a content strategy. That is a content anxiety spiral with extra steps. Hey up, I'm Leigh. And this is Basic AF. Let's sort this out. Content problem for small business owners is almost never a creativity problem. Most people have things worth saying. The problem is structural. They've either spread themselves across too many platforms to show up meaningfully on any of them. They're confusing consistency with frequency and are burnt out trying to post every day. Or they've looked at what full-time content creators do and tried to replicate it with a fraction of the time and resources. All 3 of these lead to the same place: inconsistency, which is the one thing that actually undermines trust online. Not posting too little, not having imperfect production quality, showing up in bursts and then disappearing for weeks. The fix is not to post more. The fix is to post in a way that's sustainable enough to be consistent. And consistent, for most small business owners with an actual business to run, looks a lot less like daily content across multiple platforms and a lot more like one platform 2 or 3 times a week, reliably, with occasional extras when something worth saying comes up. That's it. That's enough. Genuinely. Actually enough. But only if it's the right platform. The one where your actual people are, not the one where you feel like you should be. Meet Helen. Helen runs a small florist. She does weddings, events, and a weekly subscription box with seasonal flowers locally sourced where possible, delivered to people who want something beautiful in their homes without having to think about it. She's been running it for 2 years. Business is good. Word of mouth is strong. She wants to grow without losing the things that make it good. Helen has accounts on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and TikTok. She started the TikTok because someone told her that that was where the algorithm was most favorable right now. She posted 11 videos in 8 months. She has a Facebook page with 340 followers, most of whom are actual customers in a local community. Her Instagram has 2,100 followers and gets reasonable engagement when she posts, which is inconsistently. Her Pinterest she set up 2 years ago and has not touched it since. Every week, Helen intends to post more. Every week, the shop is busy, and the subscriptions go out, and the wedding prep starts, and the content doesn't happen. She feels guilty. She posts something rushed on a Tuesday because she feels like she should. Doesn't do much, and then she feels worse. Helen is not bad at content. Helen is spread across 4 platforms and succeeding at none of them. Let's talk about how to actually pick the right platform and what to do once you've picked it. Step 1. Pick 1, maybe 2, genuinely. I know this feels like leaving something on the table. It isn't. Being reliably present on one platform where your people actually are is worth infinitely more than being sporadically present on 5. The question is not which platform has the most users or which platform is growing fastest. The question is, where are my specific people and what kind of content can I realistically make? Those two things have to intersect. If your people are on TikTok, but you hate making videos and will never do it consistently, then TikTok is the wrong platform. If your people are on LinkedIn, but you sell handmade ceramics and your content is inherently visual, LinkedIn is probably not the best fit. The right platform is the one where your people are and where you can show up in a way that's sustainable for you. So where are your people? Broadly. And this is a rough guide, not a rule. Visual product businesses tend to do well on Instagram and Pinterest. Service businesses with a professional angle often find LinkedIn more useful. Businesses targeting a younger demographic or willing to invest in short video are finding TikTok worthwhile. Local businesses often get more value from a well-maintained Facebook presence than from any other platform because local community groups and word of mouth still live there. But the honest answer is, you probably already know where your people are. They're where you find them when you're looking. They're the platform you're actually using yourself. Start there. What can you realistically make? Be honest about this. Not aspirationally honest, actually honest. Cut the BS. Can you write? Can you take a decent photo on your phone? Can you make a video without it taking you 3 hours? Your content format should match what you can make without it draining you. If you can write, written content is on LinkedIn, or a newsletter extends your reach without needing production equipment. If you're good with a phone camera, Instagram or TikTok. If you like talking, a podcast, or even voice notes repurposed as content. You don't have to do the format that is supposedly performing best right now. You have to do the format you'll actually sustain. Then step 2, decide what reliable looks like for you. Once you've got your platform or your 2 platforms, if there's a genuine case for 2, decide what showing up consistently actually looks like given your real capacity. Not your Instagram aspirational capacity, your real one. For Helen, she's a florist. Tuesday and Wednesday are her quietest days. She can realistically make and post content twice a week. She's good with a phone, she has a beautiful product, and her existing Instagram audience is already engaged when she shows up. Instagram twice a week with Facebook as a secondary where she shares the same content with minimal extra effort is her whole strategy. That's it. Not TikTok, not Pinterest. Instagram is where her people already are, twice a week, which she can actually do. Step 3, create from what's already happening. The content that performs best for small businesses is almost never the most produced or the most planned. It's the most real. What's already happening in your business this week? Helen has flowers arriving. She has a subscription box going out. She has a wedding consultation. She has a new seasonal arrangement she's pleased with. All of that is content. She doesn't need to invent ideas. She needs to point her phone at what's already there and say something true about it. This is the difference between content creation as a separate task and content creation as a byproduct of doing the work. The second one is sustainable. The first one burns you out. Step 4. Stop comparing your output to people who do this full time. This one is simple, but worth saying directly because it quietly undermines everything else. The people you're comparing yourself to, the ones who post every day across multiple platforms with polished production and consistent branding, are often either doing this as their primary job, have a team supporting them, or have been doing it for 5 to 10 years and have systems you can't see. You are running a business. Content is one part of that business, not the whole business. Your content rhythm needs to serve the business, not consume it. 2 posts a week on one platform consistently for a year will build more trust and more audience than a burst of daily posting followed by 2 months of silence. Every time. Let's get back to Helen. Helen deleted her TikTok account. She archived her Pinterest. She has a Facebook set up to automatically share whatever she posts on Instagram, which takes 30 seconds to configure and 0 effort to maintain. She now posts on Instagram twice a week. Tuesday, she shares something from the week's flowers, often just a photo with a few lines about what's in season and why she loves it. Friday, she shares something about the subscription box. a peek at what went out, a customer moment, or something behind the scenes. She's been doing this for 8 weeks. Her engagement is up. She had 3 new subscription signups directly attributed to Instagram in that time. She is not stressed about content. She didn't get better at content. She got more sustainable with it. Those are different things. And the second one compounds. So what's this week's task? 3 things to it. 1, audit your current platforms honestly. Where are you actually present? Where are your people? Where do you currently show up with any kind of consistency? 2, pick one platform to focus on. Maybe 2 if there's a strong case. Close the accounts you're not using, or at a minimum, stop feeling guilty about them. And 3, define what consistent looks like for your real capacity. 2 posts a week? 3? Once a week is reliable. Write it down. That's your rhythm. Not a content calendar, a rhythm. There's a worksheet, as always, that walks you through the platform audit and rhythm setting. If you join the BBS community, you can find it in the Basic AF Courses tab. Then come and tell us in BBS which platform you are committing to and what your rhythm looks like. Not what you're going to post, just the platform and the frequency. Saying it out loud makes it more likely to happen. As always, links are in the show notes. Next week, we are talking about invoicing and money admin, the part of running a business that most people leave on the kitchen table until it becomes a crisis. We're going to make it boring and manageable, which is exactly what it should be. I'll see you there.